Hey, welcome to Game and Chill. Let's dive right into it. I got a feeling this is going to be more on the shorter side, but it's been forever and a half since I've actually done a full live-ish recording of Game and Chill that wasn't just a place-up stream or VOD. And while I haven't had the greatest week, maybe not even the greatest month, I'm feeling a bit better today, or better now than I ever had throughout the course of the day. I kind of miss doing this already, even though it's probably not the best time to do it. It's a bit late on in the day. I'm not sure if I'm gonna even have the time. Funny story. Earlier today, because I haven't felt up to doing too much else besides playing the game, and even then I've probably only played about an hour. I was crafting potions, and you know, instead of doing this, I did that, and I was only half paying attention. Press A, so I bought way more potions than I ever need, which is ultimately why I have way more hyper potions than I ever need, and why I definitely don't feel ambitious enough to make my max potions even close to that amount. So yeah, it becomes more and more unrealistic of a goal the closer we get to Legends EA, whatever it may be. But pretty much when I started playing this, I had a goal of perfecting every entry in the Pokédex before a new Legends game comes out. So that's kind of what I've been doing. Shiny hunting and bringing Pokemon to try to fill out some of these more obtuse Pokédex entries as I go along. I bring this up because if I can scroll to Apom, ironically enough, it's been like one of the ones that I've had the hardest time with. And you may have seen I've gotten a few shinies along the way. A good handful considering the last time I've actually sat down and recorded a Game and Chill proper. I can't believe I actually streamed for doing that. But yeah, one of the things I need to work towards is getting 8 pumps to come out of trees. And why don't I just show you why that's such an annoying task to do. First of all, there's several trees throughout all of Legends Arceus. And Apom appears in multiple maps. But the only map where Apom can appear in a shaking tree, Coastal Highlands. Not just that, these two trees. The only trees Legends Arceus that Apom can jump out from. Only if they're shaking. And as far as I can tell, there's no solid way to increase the RNG to make those two trees in particular shake. And fantastic! It is fogging. Oh no, I think that's just the resolution of the game. I think that's just the game processing, not actual fog. Yeah, it sucks, because like the only way I can think of to actually grind out that field research is to leave, check out these two trees, come back. Oh. I think this is actually one of the two trees that Apom can actually come out of. And it's the tree that I never see shake. Whenever I do fight an Apom, it's always that tree down in the bottom. And it's not even an Apom. And this is the problem with this particular task. Hopefully when Legends EA comes out, I love the slow. I'm real double-sided about those slow. I don't know. I feel like there's a better word than slow grind that I'm thinking of, but I'm too tired for anything else to come to mind. Come on, hold still long enough so I can lock onto you. I'll have to catch one while I was sleeping. Something tells me it's not gonna snooze now. Don't worry, we'll get into the actual commentary of the video someday. Before we get into any of that, let's get the house cleaning out of the way. The main takeaway is, if you couldn't tell already, I haven't been that great. So it's been harder to keep up with the usual uploads, even though I am uploading less. I don't plan on starting any new video series until I finish Pokemon XG at this point. So you think with only 2 videos a week, it would be easy. The funny thing though is that Pokemon XG tends to take longer than a usual playthrough to edit because I find so much time to cut things out for sake of editing and all that. You know what? I'll find stuff to do. I claim that it's because XG takes that much longer to edit that it's a bit harder to make those videos. But I think it just... But I'm kind of getting the itching suspicion that it has more so to do with just me not feeling great physically or mentally. Cutting into the very limited time frames I would normally have to record and commentate. Ooh. Maybe even editing too, but again, editing's at least something. I think the main reason that I've been doing videos for so long, and the biggest reason I see myself still doing videos even when I'm no longer interested in this YouTube thing, is that for me editing's just like a chill vibe. It's an easy life hack for me to feel productive even if I'm just cannot get myself physically or mentally to do literally anything else. Maybe I'll stop being around the bush. I'm not gonna get into any details of why I haven't been feeling that great, but 2024 has not been treating me well. And it feels like this month especially. It's a combination of the internet, life, and work. And if my suspicions about how I'm feeling physically are any indication, then that too. Let's hold on with that. Maybe I can finally get out of my system what I'm planning on doing for videos. So, as I mentioned in the YouTube community post, a good time to plug the channel if I'm ever not able to do a gaming show at the beginning of the month. Usually I update the community tab with the plans for the month at the start of the month. And I often do like do updates and fun little comments throughout the month as well. So yeah, like if you're ever curious, it might be worth checking out the channel just to see some of that stuff in action. And I do have social, but the main one I use is Blue Sky. So if you're already using a lot more of my fun stuff, has kind of unintentionally been replicated on there. So if you have an account, they're probably the most you hear from me out of any place. After that, it's probably Tumblr. Like, technically I still have Twitter, but I don't promote it anymore because, like, these days all I do is go on to tweet out anything I upload. But I'm not even sure if I want to do that anymore. It just feels like Twitter is a real mess for me, and it's just not helping. It's only making me worse. So I don't even know if it's worth the promotion anymore. Yeah, let me just start over from scratch. Because I try to get into the details of what the schedule is going to be, and then I just get sidetracked along the way. The main thing is I can promise that there will be at least one XG video a week this month. Sadly, that's about it. I was trying for 2 a week, but I just don't think it's panning out. I came close. I got 2 videos for the first 2 weeks of the month, and hypothetically, if I add new videos as I make them, I could do 2 videos a week for the entire month. But I think I'm better off just saving like anything that I can edit for next month so I can start building a backlog again. Who knows though? If I don't hit all this to say, if I only have 1 video a week, that is why. I do have some other things besides Pokemon ZA. I mean, I do have things besides Pokemon XG that I want to upload throughout this month, but those things are just not guaranteed. But yeah, like you may have noticed me upload some Legend of ZA shorts. I'm glad they seem to be hitting off pretty well. Not too surprising because ZA is kind of topical. Legends is kind of topical at the moment because of the ZA. And we're in this weird era where they revealed it, but they haven't announced any details about it. So any speculation is good speculation, more or less. And I don't know if I'm gonna get the video. All these little shorts were initially made to go alongside of video I eventually want to do, where I talk about a Pokedex, making an entire what my entire speculative Pokedex for ZA would be. It's gonna be up to pure chance if that video actually comes out. You know, it's all a matter of if Game Freak releases any big news about the game before I finish the script or not. So in the meantime, I decided I would just upload little shorts, kind of dividing the talking points I had into little mini discussions that conveniently fit a 1-minute time frame like a short. So I'm glad people like those, because I do plan on getting a few more of those up. I have the voiceover done for the next one, I just didn't get around to editing it for this weekend. At least one point. I'm pretty sure like once I finish editing this gaming show getting upload, the next one will be out, if not out already. But yeah, it's a fine time to work more on that script. I'll continue to abstract certain bits and ends of it to make more shorts for you all to enjoy. So yeah, that's a long way to say, oh, you're a Basculin. Well, good thing I kind of get the decks done for you already. I just need to find more if I want to get shiny. I've been wandering around the whole schedule thing I never talked about. Never mind. So yeah, see. So while I'm only promising 1 video a week this month, there's definitely potential for more things, big and small, to pop up along the way. Oh, did I never actually get this? Apparently not. 'Twas long ago he earned the name Hero. He led his reunion 10 Pokemon against the almighty unknowable. In battle and valence proclaim at the last the strength of humble mankind. The great unknown approve his feat, and to 2 domains no place return. Your guess is as good as mine. You know what? Maybe I should probably fight some things. because that's how I'm actually gonna get to this thing. Oh, sorry, I'm just laughing over the Driftloom jump scare. So, even though it's not gonna be my best month, I'm kind of hoping that there's some fun stuff that come out throughout the whole thing. I don't think a big thing is I feel pretty confident I'm not gonna make any more editorials until I'm all done with Legends ZA in terms of talking about it. And did I really come up? Oh, my Gardevoir has an electric move. Because I think I might as well get some work done with on that field research, because how often am I actually gonna be roaming the seas? It's kind of like my least explored area for obvious reasons, if you know how much I complain about Pokeball throwing here. Obviously I've gotten better with it over time. Back to some things I was looking at before. I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do after Pokemon XG in terms of playthroughs. And because of that, I'm not gonna make any promises what I'm gonna do after XG in terms of playthroughs. I'm tempted to just completely abandon an upload schedule as is. Whether that just be like waiting until I completely edit new playthroughs before starting to upload them, or just going completely into editorial videos. I haven't decided yet. It's probably not a good time to make drastic decisions like that. Anyways. You know, for the fun of it, Dramino! I got way more fun out of that sort of stuff than I probably should. And I think a lot of the reason why I'm kind of iffy about what I want to do with YouTube going forward is I want to give myself more time to work on things outside the internet eventually. Like, as fun as it would be to just make Golden Sun mods and stuff like that for the rest of my days, I do have a big dream when it comes to game design, and I want to accomplish that someday. I've used the excuse that I can't program for so long, and that's why it's kind of taken into this late into my adulthood to actually get started. It's not like I haven't dabbled in game design before then. Did it a lot, especially in college, you know. I mean, I went to school for it, so it only goes to figure. But for the first time since then, I think I've got an avenue that I could actually start. I just have to learn the software all over before I can do so. And I'm not going to really prioritize learning the software until the very least after I finish up Dawn of Jin. And that's kind of like the big reason why I'm confident that at the very least Dawn of Jin is going to finish before I stop doing things with modding at all. But again, that's still so far away that even I can only really speculate of where things will go. I just figured that I would start eventually. And was there anything else I really wanted to talk about? And there definitely is, but I'm impressed I'm actually even able to talk, because I can barely keep my head up. The energy that I thought I had going into this of, oh hey, for the first time all day, I think I actually feel decently up to commentating. I didn't stream, and I haven't done Game & Chill proper for so long. Why not do this? Oh, that seems kind of going on in my system. You can't even see the poor thing's name. Now, shooting electric beam into the water seems like a terrible idea. But hey, I'm not here to question the game's logic, especially when it works into my favor. I'm probably getting more paranoid over nothing, but have you ever had the fear that by the time you actually get started on what you want to do with life, it'll be over? Because that's something that I get way too much for my age. I may not be a kid anymore, but I'm definitely not that old. I don't know, it just feels like life... There's so many things that can happen in life. I really would not like to test my luck. I guess it more so doesn't help that, like, so many... Especially in normal game design, it feels like so many people my age are already well deep in the field. Whether just CEOs or well-established veterans of respective companies, or making hit indie games on their own. I sometimes kind of worry if by the time I actually get around to making, by the time I learn and actually start making the game that I've always wanted to make, it'll be too late. Like, I'll either be too old, or too old in terms of availability to actually do anything else besides that one game before I die. Or if I get too old by the time I actually make it, that all my dreams and ideals in general, completely obsolete, and things I think are fun and interesting ideas to do in life are just things that all the kids go, okay boomer, and completely ignore anything that I want to say. This is even any of the... This is the good stuff in comparison to everything that's been going on in my mind lately, so... that should give you an idea of just where I've been. Like, these are the thoughts that I have even on a good day. Alright, where's still the rest of these? Like, I never go out of my way to hunt for Lumias and Finions. Getting that shiny Finion doesn't really help any matters. I'm not sure if it made a cut in my Z8 decks. Once I get into more of those shorts, it'll become more and more apparent why I excluded so many Pokemon that I wanted to include. Even though it's a very self-fulfilling... Even though, like... so much of it doesn't follow just fitting the theme as is. And, you know, I'll give it a little bit of spoilers. A big part of it is that, like, it feels like the majority of my decks is either fulfilling the requirements for Kalos and all of his megas, or a dumb rule that I kind of made where I would try to reintroduce a lot of the Pokemon that haven't been in a Switch game in a while, excluding DLC. Like, you're done already. Oh shoot, and I gotta catch these things without getting spotted too. And man, like, catching them at night? Where was I? Why wasn't I over here? You know, when I was just doing nothing but roaming around the waters? In the middle of, you know, night? Shoot, what was I talking about? I think I was about... Oh my god, there's a bunch over there. And they're all gone because I'm dumb. They're so skittish. I ran away the moment you actually even think about glancing in their general direction. This will help. Fear it might be too little too late. It's not even the biggest of deal in the grand scheme of things because I had that mastered in the first place. The issue isn't completing the Pokedex for that anymore. It's finding the field research, or it's finding the mass outbreaks for them in the first place. What was I talking about with philosophy of game design and all that? I guess I can bring up the fact that, like, it's definitely safe to say that the channel will be around, because even if I don't do the stuff that I'm already doing, which is already a slim chance as is, having the channel is a good platform for things like sharing my old scenes as I'm making the game, or stuff like that. I'm just kind of conflicted how much like modding will hurt me in the long run and how much it'll help. All I'm really getting at is there is a little fear that working on mods will hurt me when I actually go making my own game. Fine, I'll fight you. Kinda got the feeling that you won't use any of the moves I want you to use, but I guess it wouldn't hurt to try. Finally decided to start using this guy. I would introduce him, but I think I used him for some B-roll for a game and chill. So you may already be acquainted with Super Oil Pie. If you are, could you please tell me why I could have named him that thing? Because I've completely forgotten. I can only assume that I caught this thing sometime around when the Super Bowl was taking place. Only other place I could think of is as a reference to another stream that I was watching around the time, because the thing I try to do with shiny Pokemon a lot is, if no name's immediately in mind when I find it, well, in this game at least, I often just don't name it at all. But with things like the Love... Shoot, I've got so many shiny Love Discs that I called it the Love Disc Hunt instead of the Corsola Hunt. From chain fishing and that, I've started naming them after whatever I happened to be listening to around the time where I found the shiny. For example, I was watching a stream with someone playing Bluey, so I named a Love Disc Bluey. There's some more creative ones, like somehow, a song from an Undertale AU, or just some song from an Undertale community, completely unrelated to the game, was on my feed around the time I found Shiny Love Disc. So I ultimately ended up naming it Des, because the song was slightly related to Deltarune. That's about all I can say without getting too deep into the rabbit hole. Like, I would say I have no idea how this random Deltarune fans song ended up in my feed, but I know way too well why this random, almost AU level music ended up on my feed. Yeah, I know. I know what I watch and what I listen. Kill the time at work and all that. I never listened to the song before, but it's not that big of a shock. It just quote unquote randomly showed up in my super playlist. Playlist that's kind of just automatically algorithmically made because I'm too lazy to put together my own playlist of music to listen to. That's a bit of a tangent. Like, ever since Google Podcasts went away, I've been trying to figure out what to do. I'm still trying to figure out what to do for podcasts. I thought YouTube Music would be good enough because I'm already using the premium YouTube for YouTube Music, and that's what everyone recommends, and that's what that's what Google recommends you to use for your podcast now that Google Podcast is no longer a thing. But there's actually a podcast that used to show up on my Google Podcast feed that still doesn't show up in YouTube Music, and I think it's specifically because like the podcast actually has a YouTube channel, and they've uploaded their video feeds, and this one side podcast within the same feed does not have a video call, so it's not up on the YouTube channel. Therefore, I can't watch it on YouTube Music, or I can't listen to it on YouTube Music. So, I guess I've been slowly dipping my toes back into Spotify. And most of you are probably going, why are you saying that so hesitantly, Jackie K? Spotify is great. And today I say, good for you. It has not, from past experiences, it hasn't worked out that well for me. When I first started using it, it was great, but then they wanted me to start paying for it, and they kind of like slowly made it worse, to try to edge me away from the free version into the paid version, and it hasn't been the same since. But that was a while ago, so I'm trying to give it another fair shot, especially if I only use it for podcasts. That would work in of itself, and who knows, if I end up liking it, then I could use it for more than just podcasts. That's a great thing, like, no one's forcing me to do or not do the Spotify. Oh wow, I really need to restock on all my healing items. I don't know though. I probably bought for enough time. I did want this initially to be a shorter game show than usual. It's just been so long since I've just been able to chat about what's on my mind. It will take the long way home. Maybe we can at least get a space-time rift to pop up in that meantime. What was I saying, like, Spotify? Or yeah, no, yeah, just, it's been so long since I felt like I've actually been able to casually talk and commentate, and you know, I'm feeling a bit, I've kind of missed it. I feel a bit better now that I'm actually doing it. And I kind of wish I did this last month too, but yeah, things just didn't work out that way. I wonder if there's anything in the... I already got all the Pokemon, so I don't think there's anything in the cave that would be worth my time. There are, like, I recall there being stones in that, but it's really worth my time to go through a transition of going through a cave, smashing some rocks, and coming back out. Yeah, I guess. Well, there isn't even rocks for me to smash here. What the hey? You know, in my luck, that probably resets the space-time drift. Because if I recall, one of the things I still need to do to complete the Pokedex is catch some Magnemite. I completely left out the detail of why I figured it might be worth my time to go for a space-time rift around here. Well, now you know. Better late than never. And that's not even the first time I used that phrase today. Who's about to get ambushed by a bunch of mushroom monsters? I am. The answer is me. Yeah, I guess we could, like, because this, knowing my luck, this will be the only game show that comes out before we get major ZA news. Leave your wish list of things for Legend ZA in the comments. And I'll try to talk about it. Or, in the meantime, I'll try to talk about my own hopes, desires, and dreams for this game. Let's get the boring part of the answer out of the way. If we just get this game again, preferably with a little bit of improvement to optimization and quality of life, that'd be great. I'm the only person still playing this game in 2024. And I'll probably be playing it into 2025, if not 2026. At least until the new Legend ZA comes out. And even then, it's not a guarantee. Was that a King's Leaf? Yeah. Don't mind me if I just spam the plus button to try to avoid that. Or more specifically, avoid worse than that. That being said, as much as I enjoy this game and could just play more of it, there are definitely things that I wouldn't mind seeing improving the game. Oh! I was not expecting you. The two big things that I hope that we see from Legend CA is that, well, the one that I can't remember now is that I hope they improve some of the more tedious things that this game has. Like, I don't mind if there's as many research tasks as there was in this game, but it sure would be nice if there was less of the tedious ones. And I'm a little conflicted of how I want that to be. Like, the moves, doing fast and strong style moves a bazillion times is definitely tedious, but I prefer that over the huge running around in a circle fetch quests and all of that. Right, you have a Pokemon, I completely forgot about you. But I just hope that the experience of completing the Pokédex is better. That it still feels as... I kind of want it... I won't mind if it's not as long-term of a commitment as it is in this game. That is the objective best thing for this series going forward. But I do hope they can strike a balance between fulfilling but not too tedious. Just so that there's plenty to do. And I hope that they make space-time rifts more frequent, or at least give us a way to actually hunt stuff in space-time rifts in the post-game. Again, this is all assuming that this follows Legends Arceus almost to a T. I'm not real there. But if space-time rifts do come back, I do hope that they aren't as hard to get. I can understand if you want to make them a bit more rare in the main game, but at the very least, give us something in the post-game, like how you made mass outbreaks more bearable by introducing the concept of a massive mass outbreak, specifically in the free DLC. And that's something a bit of a stretch. I feel like it's not going to happen because, like, it's not a main generation game. So I'm not convinced that Game Freak actually cares about consistently updating this game. At least compared to a new gen, something like a new gen. I'd love to be proven wrong on this though. If you don't give us more areas in the base game, so free DLC that expands the amount of things that we can do in the post game would be great and fun. And like I said, there's definitely other cool things that I wouldn't mind seeing. But those are the two main things that I hope to see in Legend CA. Anything else is just icing on the cake. Literally anything that a normal game would do with a sequel is fine by me. Now, I don't know if I included it as part of the wish list or not, but I definitely would be happy if this game was more optimized, because like it's nowhere as bad as Scarlet and Violet, but it does have its moments. But it's just easy for me to overlook those because I have fun with all the other elements of the game. But like, if I could see a flying Gyarados that doesn't move at 15 frames per second compared to the rest of the game, that'd be fantastic. I'm hesitant to even say the word frame rate because that's kind of like shaky material right now. My general consensus on frame rate is I don't care as long as it's consistent. Because we're already at the length of a game show, which doesn't make any sense because I feel like I've talked about nothing and feels like I'm gonna cut out half of this video just because of how uncomprehendable it is. But besides the fact of making viewers suffer through it, I don't really care. I'm just happy to be talking. To be talking again. And I just want to find some more positive topic to end everything off on. I guess I'm like... trying to maybe think of what Pokemon we hope get a glow up in ZA. First one that comes to my mind personally is Ladian. I'm just not quite sure off the top of my head of if I would prefer it getting a Mega or a Regional. Probably the latter because... or just a straight out an evolution altogether. I feel like I mentioned it before, but Ladian and Spinarak are two Pokemon that I've always wanted to use. I enjoy their designs so much, but they never make it through a full playthrough, no matter how many times I try to use them, and which is insane, because I'm usually the person that cares the least about min-maxing their Pokemon teams, and even for someone like me, those Pokemon tend to fall off, despite the fact of how much I like them. I'm kind of conflicted of whether to embrace Ladian's weird focus on special defense and make its evolution something that just... a design that just turns it into a special wall, or to embrace the more macho fighting style of its design, like the way it normally is, and just like completely change the stats around to actually fit a ladybug that's specialty is punching. I probably would lean towards the prior if it wasn't for the fact that it pretty much has an ability as a signature move specifically made towards all of that. So, on a similar extension, I wouldn't mind Spinarak line getting its own regional and going along with that. I don't even think it made the decks, and I still think it would be neat. But that's more of a, like, not necessarily a, I think this would be good for ZA, much of a, I would love an excuse to actually use an Ariados. Especially if Spinarak got an evolution line that kind of embraces more cute spider element. Because Ariados is fine, I've warmed up to it. But I'll admit, the reason what made me fall in love with Spinarak was his initial baby design. There it is. Please move. And I don't even need to do anything with you, man. You're all maxed out and all that. And you just have to pre-evolve and the... well... oh, I was gonna say, and the reason I still don't have those done is because I already got shinies of both. So I guess there was one that I kind of missed. Well, okay, let's get out of here, but I don't really have the meaning or the desire to fight. So let's get out of here. And yeah, I guess, like, this has gone on for quite a bit, actually, so we're definitely not going to have time to go through them all. But I would like to at least show off some of the shinies I've gotten since the last time we met. You know, it's fine. I got footage either on my Switch or archived on my YouTube channel that's private of all these shinies. This was definitely on stream, so that's a good start. I might talk about some of these that are in Game Chill, but still. Got this Baneri. I don't even remember catching it, to be perfectly honest. But it's there. Blue Psyduck. I'm not sure if you remember the grand shiny Ambipom hunt from the shiny montage video. Let's just say this was another grand shiny hunt. A rare situation where you hear the jingle but don't see the Pokemon right away. So you pretty much spend like a good 5 minutes just trying to figure out where the heck the shiny sound came from. And then another lick a tongue from a mass outbreak. Not too happy about that. And then this Zubat is actually pretty new. I think it's like only a couple days old, if even that. Oh wow, yeah, this is just yesterday. But yeah, I was doing a set of mass outbreaks, and one of the Zubats turned green. I think that's about all there is to it. Yeah, and that's like another one of those many videos that I'm just like, I'm doing my best to preserve the footage for all these shinies just in case. And it is currently my plan to do a video like that again. Now it's just not the best time for me to really think about it. Because I got all these other directions that I'm driving myself through. When you work a full-time job, and you got so many different hobbies like me that you try to dive into, it's impossible to get through them all. And you're just forced to divide your time. I kinda wonder if any of these people that I'm picking up stashes for are real. Because I'm gonna let you in on a secret. My Switch Online expired at least half a month ago, if not more. And I haven't renewed it yet. I gotta renew it eventually because I still have like the second half of a Switch voucher that I've never redeemed on a game. Mostly because I'm in a weird boat of like, if I really want a game, then I'm gonna buy it physically. And there's the space-time rift that I was hoping I didn't accidentally stall for time for. So it's either like, if I'm gonna buy a game, I'm either buying it physically or something I don't care about. Like, the biggest example, care enough to actually physically own, I should say. There is some amount of care to actually buy in the first place. Like a good example is Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet. Games that, with the case of Sword and Shield, I didn't even bother to buy until the Crown Tundra DLC. And Scarlet and Violet, I was just kind of on the edge of getting in the first place. They're games that I don't regret buying, but I wouldn't miss if something happened to them after I stopped playing them. And the amount of games that fall into that boat for me are especially rare. I don't know, on one hand I'm like, I'm gonna do this whether or not I'm recording, so I might as well keep the recording going. What reason do I have not to? And then in the other, my brain goes, space. Space for the footage. That is why you should stop. You know what, to be on the safe side, let me stop this recording real quick. Let me know that I'm only keeping this recording going on the off chance I find a shiny Pokemon or something funny happens. So if the next time we meet, the space-time rift just magically disappears, you know why. Where's the I'm here, just started already button? I was gonna say, that would be something cool for CA. And like the game was listening, my wishes have been fulfilled. Oh, there you are. See? Despite being done with practically everything else, I still need to catch 4 more Magnemites. Hopefully only 3 after this. Can I grab that? don't make me do this the hard way. I do have a level 93 Rhyperior that can just double edge you all to your demise. Just know you're only level 92, friend. We're intimidating them. Don't let them know. Oh yeah! I've completely forgot to bring it up because I feel like I say it in so many other game show videos. But a quality of life feature that I would love for Legend CA, let me see the Pokédex for the Pokemon that I'm using, you know, and let me see the Pokédex entry for me and my opponent in battle. So, especially if you bring back the whole concept, use X move 50 billion times. It'd be nice to know what moves that I should be prioritizing in battle, you know, while I'm in battle. You know, I'm not liking the fact that I'm pretty much running through this entire rift and I've only found one Magnemite. No, that's the wrong guy. I don't need you anymore. I've already done everything I can with you. Oh, I didn't even realize I still had to defeat them. Well, I guess it's a good thing I knocked them out instead of catching them. Yeah, I mean, we got a Magnemite, a Magneton, and a Magzone. I was hoping for more Magnemites, to be perfectly honest. But the problem is the rare spawns, you know, are rare. And not just that they're rare, they're fixed. Point being, we've already found 3. I kinda have this itching suspicion that we're not gonna find more, and it's not just my toe. Oh shoot, Aurora Spear was probably what I should use my Leper Berries on. Hey, while we're randomly popping up Legend ZA improvements, I guess that would kind of fall under the category of make space-time risk more manageable in general, but I'd be totally down for, you know, more rare Pokemon in the space-time risk. Oh, we just have a smorgasbord of Pokemon wanting our complete another demise. The whole gang is here. Have you ever realized, taking time to have you ever known a fact on paper, never took the time to renumber it when it's actually relevant? My fact is the realization of just how terrible the grass bug typing is. Something that I know to heart, and yet when I completely forget about it when I'm actually using a grass bug type. That's weird. I think that's the first time I've had an audio skip on a Switch recording. Normally that's just something that happens with XP and I blame Steam Deck. Really trying to catch all these little fellas? I want to end the video. This is going on to be an hour and 20 minutes and that's not even including the first recording session. Well, if Wormaday and Work Crew needed to do any moves, they certainly have had plenty of opportunity to do so. The sad part though, I'm pretty sure both of them have already been taken care of from how many wild Wormadams and Murkrows I've faced over the course of playing this game for what I've recently realized was over 300 hours. It just feels like yesterday when I was talking about how I've managed to play this game for over 200 hours. Really? No. We are not dealing with more of this. I need to end this off. So, before anything else can happen, I think that'll do it for this edition of Game & Chill. Thanks for watching. It's been nice to chat again. It won't be nice to edit this, but that's a problem for tomorrow. I've been Jackie King. It's been a bit of a rough month. So before I go, I have one last thing to say. Be kind to others. Show patience. Even when it's hard to. It's easier said than done. But if you could at least try, it'd be appreciated. Until the next time we meet, take care.